The Fresno City Council believes a recent move by the county supervisors may be a violation of state law.
It involves Assembly Bill 759, signed by Governor Newsom last year. The measure would move elections for sheriff and district attorney to the presidential cycle. The supervisors want to leave that decision to the voters.
Action News anchor Nick Garcia is live at Fresno City Hall tonight with why the council is asking the state attorney general to weigh in on this. Nick?
Well, Margot Warren, there are a few different sides of this and a few different reasons some people are concerned. So Assembly Bill 759 extended the terms of DA Lisa Smitkamp and the Fresno County Sheriff John Zanoni to 6 years to line up with the presidential election in 2026. The Fresno City Council here says that's the law, that's how it should remain, but the County Board of Supervisors wants voters to decide. Fresno County voters could decide in the March 5th primary election if elections for the district attorney and sheriff should remain as they are with the gubernatorial election, or if they should change, as is now state law, to the presidential election cycle. In August, the Board of Supervisors added the item to the ballot in response to Assembly Bill 759. The bill was signed by Governor Newsom last September and requires all counties in California to hold DA and sheriff elections during the presidential cycle.
The county would be essentially acting against state law, and state law mandates those elections specifically for charter counties. Fresno County is a charter county that did not specify before January 1st, 2021 that the elections would take place on a particular cycle.
That's something Fresno County didn't do. City Attorney Andrew Jantz sent a letter at the direction of the City Council asking State Attorney General Rob Bonta to weigh in on whether the county's ballot measure is legal. But it could be the fact that Fresno County is one of 14 charter counties in the state, meaning they have more local control, that could protect it.
I think at the very least, this is going to require not just the Attorney General, but I could see this going to court, going to state court to decide whether or not the clause in the statute is binding.
The County of Fresno sent Action News a statement saying in part, the city attorney's letter contains several inaccuracies. It is unfortunate that the city attorney and apparently the city council have elected to attempt to obstruct this choice by the voters based on a faulty understanding of the charter powers granted to a charter county like the County of Fresno.
The county can make a pretty strong argument that in general, the charter system that we do have in California would lead, I think, some judges to be fairly sympathetic to the county.
Action News asked the officials who would be impacted by this, John Zanoni and Lisa Smitkamp. The sheriff sent a statement saying, quote, I believe the voters in Fresno County deserve to have a voice in when the election is held for their sheriff and district attorney. Our voters have a chance next year to vote on when the sheriff and district attorney elections will be held. Let the voters decide, since they are the ones who vote for people that run in these offices. The district attorney said she, quote, believes that the more that members of the public can look at and understand Assembly Bill 759, the better. AB 759 is an unprecedented and potentially unconstitutional piece of legislation that was pulled from the inactive file and signed into law by the governor after the district attorney and sheriff candidates pulled their papers to run for 4-year terms, and after they were elected by voters to serve 4-year terms. Now, if voters return the DA and sheriff's elections to the gubernatorial cycle, Smitkamp and Zanoni will both be up for election in 2026. But as mentioned before, this all is likely to end up in the state's Supreme Court. Live in downtown Fresno, I'm Nick Garcia, ABC 30 Action News.
Thank you, Nick. Valley Children's